Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. On the Breakfast Club.
Now, Deontay Wilder, former heavyweight boxing champ, he was arrested early Tuesday in L.A. for possession of a concealed weapon. Now, according to TMZ, officers pulled over his truck and his windows were illegally tinted, they said. And they said his license plate was obstructed and they couldn't see inside, so they pulled him over. They smelled marijuana during the stop and found a 9mm handgun in his vehicle. He was later released on $35,000 bond.
I don't even understand why they even put the weed smell in there, because ain't weed legal in California?
It is, but it is kind of like driving and drinking.
What if he's in the passenger seat? We don't know. We don't know if he was driving or not.
I don't know, but you know, if you roll your windows down and a puff of smoke comes out and you ain't Snoop, it feels some kind of way.
I'm just saying, what if he in the passenger seat or in the back seat? And I don't know what the
I wonder where he was,
Yeah.
though. It feels like it was his car, his truck. And don't forget, he had tinted windows. They don't play that. The dark tinted windows. You know, the police scary. The dark tinted windows and the license plate obstructed. So now they're looking at all these things. And I'm telling you, when they walked up to the car, they were nervous. They don't like the tinted window thing. They walked up to my car like that. I was like, hey, my hand's out the window, because they don't want it too dark. They want to be able to see in the car. So now you roll the windows down, smoke. They feel like maybe he's driving like under the influence, even with a drink. And they have signs all over L.A., billboards.
Yeah.
You know, driving high is like driving drunk.
I don't know if he was driving, though. And then you say the weapon was concealed, right?
Yeah, the weapon was concealed. I'm sure they searched it and found it. And then he released a statement they believe is in talking to this. He said, "I'd rather be safe than sorry."
That's right. And what if did he have a license for it? I don't know what the gun laws are in Cali.
They haven't said yet. New York and LA is probably one of the two places, the hardest places to get gun licenses.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult.
Yeah, that was trouble for me. So wait a minute, let me explain.
You got your license in LA?
I did. I do have
Concealed, where you can walk around with it?
Oh, I didn't get that part because I was
you
afraid. I got the regular one
on the house, yeah,
at the crib. But I thought about getting it concealed. But I was like, until I go practice and know what I'm doing, now I don't need to be touching a gun.
Oh, so you don't have nothing at the house?
No, at the house.
Okay, what you got at the house?
I got what's some things that be on the police movies? What? Huh?
A 9? A Glock 9?
Yeah, that's it. But I can't pull
boy.
it back. But and it's apart because I got a kid. So it's got the lock through it. It's separate, and the ammunition. I know, because somebody come in my house, I'll be like, hold on, you wait a minute.
I'm gonna put this together.
I gotta put this together. I gotta put the A and the B and then the C and then there's no bullets and then there's a single. Oh my goodness!
Yeah. A bunch of us actresses went together and all got them. We were like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna protect our homes. And none of us gone to practice, and it's very important gun safety. So
absolutely,
yeah, we got to do this. So I want to understand. So what was his statement? I didn't understand that statement.
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
What's that
Pretty
mean?
much. Well, to me, it seems like I'd rather be safe, like carrying my gun with me to protect myself, especially since carjackings are up, robberies are up.
Okay.
Than sorry, and then somebody catch me later on. So
I'd rather be caught with it than caught without it.
But what would happen if that was New York?
He go to jail for 3 years.
3.5 years. Mandatory.
Mandatory, yeah.
Mandatory.
They don't play, huh?
Lil Wayne, Ja Rule,
Plaxico Barris,
Barris.
after he won a Super Bowl for the city, they don't play them at all in New York City. No, ma'am.
Nope.
No, I think L.A. is a little more lenient.
Yeah, they're very lenient.
Okay.
Very lenient. Now, Ed Sheeran was in court this week, and he's saying he's stopping his career if he loses this lawsuit. Now, this lawsuit is over his track, Thinking Out Loud. Can you play a little bit of it?
Darling, I will be loving you.
Classic wedding record.
Now, they're saying that he sampled Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On.
I don't hear it.
I've been really trying, baby.
One of them is clearly Pepsi.
Right.
I can taste the Coke.
I can taste the Coke. I don't
hear it. I
feel
hear the
Sprite
difference.
with that other one. Yeah,
What are they saying is the same?
I feel like Black and Mild.
I guess
too.
the tempo,
Will your eyes still smile on your cheek?
But the boom is not an edge, is it?
Yes, it is. Go to Edge.
This is
go to
now
Let's
you
Go.
confuse me.
Wait.
Why'd you do this?
Can't you bounce down?
But
Can't
Edge.
nobody in the world ever bounce again. So what is it then?
If the boom don't fit, you must have quit.
Now the boom is not there.
If the boom don't fit, you must have quit. Damn it!
Can we hit the boom one more time?
Thank you. I can't
I
take
don't hear the
it.
boom.
Let's go to Marvin Gaye.
Marvin got that boom right there.
Right.
See that boom? It's a different level.
That's all the
It's a different level. One has
Similar tempos.
so much soul.
Right.
Come on.
Marvin
that's
Gaye
it.
got so much soul.
It's deep down in your eyes, deep down.
Ed got a little bit of soul. It's a great record, but
Yes.
it's a different caliber of soul.
There's no burnt marrow.
Ain't no burn, man.
But no, can I ask y'all a general question?
Yes.
So in all the songs in the world, you can't have like tempos you can't have a little
But
bit
I guess
of something.
that's why they're
How
so.
does it-
But I think what also happened is when Ed Sheeran does his show, sometimes he does a mashup with both of them. And I think that's what because I think they brought up the mashup in the court. And he says, "Yeah, I do a mashup all the time with a bunch of different songs."
Yeah.
But I think that's what did it. But shout out to Ed Sheeran. We don't want you to stop your career. Ed.
Please,
I would have
Ed
never,
Sheeran,
I would have
please
never
don't stop.
thought of that if you hadn't have said it. If
Right.
somebody hadn't have said, "This sounds like Marvin Gaye, let's get it on," I would have never thought about it.
no, I heard
And
that.
people
I heard
have
the
taken
tempos.
Marvin Gaye's songs before, but yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I
still
don't know
don't
about
hear it.
this one.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Charlamagne, who you giving that down to?
Man, 4 after the hour, we was just talking about Kim's unhealthy food choices.
Yes.
So we need a young woman named Megan to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with her. She made some unhealthy choices for her child, and her teacher, the child's teacher called her on it. We'll discuss.
Are we gonna play a game?
Okay.
We could definitely play a game.
All right. We're gonna do this next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.